Hey guys, this is Coach Gene, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the 5 benefits of breath work. The 5 benefits of breath work. First, I wanted to thank you all just for the love and the support of me and my wife, Dr. Dula. We're just so excited about the things that we are doing in We Build Legacy. This is where we create sacred spaces to help people manifest their healing and authenticity, helping you to see your path, your purpose, and your potential more clearly by reconnecting you to your divine nature. So, talking about breath work, as an energy practitioner, this is one of the main things that I stress to all of my clients as it relates to their health and wellness journey. See, it's one thing to come to seek assistance related to balancing your chakras, clearing out the congestion and the energetic congestion and energetic debris. But then there's a whole another level to that as it relates to maintaining or amplifying the work that was completed at the Reiki session. And I always encourage my clients to add breath work to be one of their daily self-care activities, because this is important, because what it does is it takes you out of the passenger seat or the spectator seat and places you into a position of authority or power over your own life, into that area of being the participator in your own health and wellness journey. Breath work, and when I mean breath work, I'm talking about an intentional time that is set aside for you to connect mind, body, and soul. So breath work is what I see is the gateway of your awareness being expanded into your blueprint or your divine purpose in life. And this is important because in today's culture, I always look at it like this, that we are generally led into life, or let's say we're following into life, avoiding past hurts and pains, things that we've experienced and become conditioned to. And we have forgotten our divine nature and the power that we have. And so instead of being fear-driven, what the breath work does is it helps you align to your divine nature or to your blueprint or purpose in life, so that you're no longer uh, living by fear or not trying to do something, and you actually are living in confidence and courage as it relates to your output of love. Yes, this is a very important aspect to living life out loud and not behind a false identity, not behind a pay. Let me take that back. Not behind a paycheck, but behind a position, not behind a false identity, something that you've built that does not resonate with your heart. Yeah, we all need paychecks. That's a whole nother study that I'm not about to get into right now, but um, it's about being authentic to who you are. What is it that you want out of life? When I have opportunities to talk to my clients, it's like, what things resonate with your heart? If you had a week off or 2 weeks off of work, surprisingly, it was gifted this opportunity, would you know what it is that you want to do in those 2 weeks? How you would show yourself love? Outside of that, if you were inherited an amount of money to start your own business or go into a path um, of life that would excite you? Do you know what that is? Breath work assists you with putting you on that path to being authentically you. And like I said, it is a path because to resonate your frequency out of a mindset or attitude of lack and separation and fear, that it's a process. And so breath work is the start of that process. Yes. Breath work is the foundation process to bringing the body, the mind, and the soul or the spirit into alignment for optimal health and well-being, for increased clarity and focus, and an increased intuitive awareness and attunement, right? So additionally, also, when you add breath work techniques to bodily movement exercises like indigenous practices like yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong, this is amplifies that body and mind spirit alignment, clearing and healing process. So let's go ahead and get into 5 things that I've taken away out of my own breathwork practices as it relates to how this practice or this work, provides you enormous benefits. And the 5 are an increase in oxygen in the body. 2, an increase promotion of healing in the body. 3, with the reduction of stress and anxiety, breath work increases mental clarity and focus. 4, restores balance in the body. And 5, it optimizes your connection with God. And so I wanted to spend a little time going into each one of these benefits just to give a little bit more insight in as to why I always encourage breathwork as a practice for those individuals who come to see me and allow it to be a part of their lives. I did want to overemphasize is that when I encourage my clients to partake in breathwork exercises, it's not for you to become a Buddhist monk or an energy practitioner or anything like that. What I'm stressing are small portions of your day. 1 or 2 minutes when you get up in the morning. It's not about the intensity, but about the consistency. I remember one video or short that I had put out that talked about how much our culture focuses on the intellect and the skill sets or the body and the mind, but the spirit and the heart goes lacking. Breath work is that tool that we could use to put attention into the heart or the spirit. That goes along with prayer and meditation, but breath work is one of those foundational tools that amplifies the prayer and the meditation, right? So looking at breath work and the first benefit being oxygen levels optimizing in the body. Well, where does that come from? Well, first, when we talk about breath work, we want to look at it as not just normal breathing because, we have to breathe, right? But when we're talking about an intentional technique or intentional time that we set aside to breathe, which I'll get into in another video as it relates to the techniques of breathing, but the benefits of breathing, what we're talking about is first nasal breathing. when we start with just nasal breathing alone, and we look at the process of this, organ or this part of our body right here, this is where the process starts with breath work. Because with nasal breathing, we're looking at the air that's coming into our bodies being, one, filtered, two, being humidified or moistened, and three, regulated or being pressurized as it's going into the body. So that's important, because when we're talking about the air being filtered, that's the actual nasal hairs and the mucus lining trapping impurities and keeping them as another line of defense, keeping those impurities out of the body as the air that you breathe goes into the body. And two, we're talking about the air also being moistened or humidified. This is keeping the air from drying out as it goes into your body, right? It moisturizes, or it humidifies the air to keep it from drying out. Science also tells us that air that you're actually intaking through the nose warms the air 40 degrees more than when the air is being consumed with mouth breathing. So that's a good thing. And then lastly, with nasal breathing through the breathwork process, the air is regulated or pressurized. And what's happening also, science is also stated that with nasal breathing, 20% more oxygen is being introduced into the bloodstream, right, than when you're breathing in the air with your mouth. So there are many benefits when you're starting that process of nasal breathing, and that first benefit being optimizing oxygen levels in the bloodstream. To add on with nasal breathing is also stated, I think it was in the 90s, that a Pulitzer Prize was won by a scientist who discovered that the glands within the nose actually produces nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is that gas that they were actually adding to COVID patients to actually help them. Our own organ, our own nose, the glands in the nose produces the nitric oxide, and that gas, or that chemical, when it is actually inhaled, right, and it's in the nose and it comes in the body, that chemical that helps dilate the blood vessels, or it opens the blood vessels in order for oxygen to increase the level of oxygen that gets into the body. And this process regulates the blood system, right? Or the body's systems. We're talking about respiratory, digestive, immune, and so on. And also, it optimizes cell regeneration. So there's a lot of benefits to breath work, or rather nasal breathing, and oxygen levels being increased in the body. So that's the first benefit with breath work, intentional breath work. The oxygen in the body is being optimized, which leads us to our second and third benefit with breath work, and that is, with an increased level of oxygen, that actually encourages or promotes optimal healing in the body, as well as reducing stress and anxiety to promote brain clarity and focus. So how does that come about? So with intentional breath work and that influx of oxygen, when we partake in a simple exercise of box breathing, which I'll go to through another video. And you can find it on the web. A simple box breathing exercise. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6, and hold for 2, and then continue to repeat that process. When you exhale longer than you inhale, what that does is it down regulates the immune system. In down regulating the immune system, the body moves from a sympathetic response or a fight and flight response to a parasympathetic response, a digestive and rest response. In the fight or flight response, this is where the blood within the body moves out to the extremities to assist you. When you're in danger, you need to look around. Your peripheral vision is more or less tunneled in so that you can actually focus on getting out of harm's way. The blood, again, goes to the extremities for you to run and dodge and get out of harm's way. But we're not meant to live in that state. So with a box breathing exercise, it down regulates the immune system, releasing anti-inflammatory agents, right? So that the body begins to go into a rest and digestive state. The blood returns to the center of the body, optimizing the body's healing capacities, bringing it back to balance, to homeostasis. And with that, the increased clarity and focus, a lot of benefits with breath work. And the fourth breath work benefit that I wanted to mention is balance. Breath work restores balance in the body. With an intentional breathwork exercises, again, it amplifies the body, mind, and spirit alignment for clearing and balancing. So what am I talking about? When you are attuned as an energy practitioner to channel Reiki or source energy, breath work opens up channels to being a conduit, right? You being a conduit that clears energetic congestion and debris from individuals. So this level of advanced work is taught in my Reiki course, which you can sign up at webuildlegacy.com, Reiki level 1, 2, and 3. But at Reiki level 1 and 2, you're being in tune to share Reiki with others, where you are actually a conscious conduit of source energy. Breath work is that foundation to providing balance within the body. And then number 5, last but not least, breath work optimizes your connection to God. With intentional breath work, this increases your intuitive awareness. This provides you with clarity into your own personal blueprint, your own purpose in life, your own divine nature. You begin to feel again, actually. Just feel, period. That is a thing. And I'm not talking about an emotional feeling. We're talking about the feeling, that intuitive feeling, that awareness of hearing that inner voice, that inner knowing, feeling what's important to you, what it is that you like and love, the things that speaks to you, to what you desire in and out of life. This is important because along the way of life, we pick up a lot of things and we bring it into our spirits and bring it into our houses, and we just have a lot of luggage, emotional luggage, physical luggage. And we're identifying with all these things because we're trying to get fulfillment from the outside instead of looking on the inside. Breath work restores that inner confidence, that it enhances the intuition or that intuitive awareness of your own divine nature. And you're not looking to bring anything to fulfill your fulfill you. You're actually feeling being fulfilled from the inside out, getting all the answers and insights you need, getting the patience and restoration and love and forgiveness, actually giving you the strength and power to turn the once obstacles in your life into bridges. We talk about that in the series that'll be coming up shortly. But this is important, breath work. Opening up, optimizing your communication or connection with God. We talk about prayer and meditation. Prayer is you speaking with God. Meditation is you listening and hearing from God. Your prayer and meditation life becomes grounded in faith and not in emotion with breath work being a part of your daily activity. Breath work. And I'm glad you actually took time to hear out these 5 important benefits. And again, I hope that this provided more insight as to how to become an individual who is taking authority over his or her own life and not living through fear or past hurt or pain, but to actually deal with those things and to come front and center and to be more present and to be able to feel that intuitively how to move forward in life in those things that resonate with you. Breath work is that foundation. And we're not talking about loads of time. The time that we spend on our phone. And I know I'm key number 1, and it's not a good practice when we get up and we look at our phone, or we, go to the restroom and we look at our phone, or we, sitting at the bus stop and we're looking at our phone. It could be 20, 30, hour, 2 hours. With breath work, all you need is 2 or 3 minutes. Either right when you get up, lunch break, or right before you go to bed. Just pick a time. 2 or 3 minutes. A simple box breathing exercise will actually do you wonders to balance your life out so that we're not just focused on our minds and our bodies, trying to get that beach body ready for the for the summer or for the reunion, or trying to get that mind and intellect right so we can get that job promotion and keep our skill sets tight. All those are very, very important. That helps pay the bills. That gives us the promotion. But what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and not give importance over to his own soul or his own heart, his own spirit, his own divine nature? God has given us all gifts and a purpose. We've accepted that purpose. God forbid that God comes back to look and to want me to give an account, and I've buried my gift or my purpose because I was too busy looking or trying to uphold a identity that I built around me, a level of success. They gave me a lot of rewards, but internally I felt empty because I neglected my purpose and gifts. It's so easy. So let's go ahead and consider allowing breath work to be a part of our daily practice. And stay tuned, because I'll be also sharing on another video about the breathwork techniques. And just stay tuned. Hope you enjoy. And always remember to be great, be intentional, and above all things, please be authentically you.